does it. In public, hated or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my install. Here lies young getting paid for. Never take a loss on my install.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by Big Ben, their veteran quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
Looking at the perimeter, and that means taking a good long look at Antonio Brown. 100 or more catches for 5 straight seasons. Led the NFL with 1,533 yards despite missing 2 games in 2017. And what really makes him go? His ability to run.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. This is taken at the 23. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Defensively, here are the starters for Baltimore. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants him to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And he's got his man on the out route. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And they'll go on the ground. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On the run, it's Campbell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 69 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
Here's Rodgers. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Needed more than 3, but that's all they got. And it's 4th down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
319!
On 1st down, Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Throwing on 3rd and long. Rodgers throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Now a look at the defensive starters here for the Steelers. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now if you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up, we'll soon find out.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Now a play fake here on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage?
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Now Gold for the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position, so let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
They'll run on first down. Campbell, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Going right side here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And flags come as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks. So you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
319!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Looked like they had a window to get that in there, but a good job rallying defensively.
Excellent timing, no pass interference. They hit jars it loose, and now they forced them into a decision. Do you go for it on 4th down or kick the field goal?
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. And Gould is able to put it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
I'd say it's a pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. And the Steelers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll run it here. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
We got 3 down.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, that makes them block just a little bit harder.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline and talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file it away for the future.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Aaron Rodgers, we focus on him for our players spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, Campbell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game, they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you hope to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there if they don't move as well as you want them to, and probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away.
Now it's Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now it's Roethlisberger. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is taken at the 15.
Holding, receiving team.
So that one will be accepted. On the handoff, here's Campbell. Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll try and fight for it here with Campbell. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Roethlisberger. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
319! 319!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout.
319!
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Rodgers now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Rodgers to throw on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun. Rodgers finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. And our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Campbell. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he will find his man on the outside. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Ravens have got it. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight. All the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, that's complete to Clark. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them. But they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And just like that, it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Roethlisberger. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Roethlisberger will throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that is going to set up third and goal. Here's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And his kick is right there. It's good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He's going to wind up in it into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete over the middle to Clark. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Over the middle, that's caught by Owens. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's second down. To throw is Rodgers. To throw on second down. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And again, it's Rodgers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Holding offense.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On first down, Campbell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Rodgers. And he's got Shockey. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. Well, other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 24.
Set.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. This is Clark. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself to the point where he's going to get a second here.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll go on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. They've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Campbell, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Ravens averaged exactly 4 yards per rush in 2017, and that's what they need here, 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Campbell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. it's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They'll run on first down. Campbell. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive in total 8 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now they'll run on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Okay, this is almost football 101. What is a draw trying to accomplish? Using the aggressiveness of the defensive line against itself when they're getting back to the backfield, you pass them by handing the ball to a runner. In this case, that didn't work at all because the defensive line was there so quickly, there was no chance to fool them.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Fielded at the 43. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And the Ravens taking the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Campbell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Again, they run with Campbell. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This time, it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. Able to get away. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more. Wide open receiver, complete. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Ravens, They're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.